Let me introduce you to the YouTube Infograbber. It's a tool to conveniently copy YouTube video data. And you can even copy the data to Notion. Find the video you like, copy the share link, paste it into the YouTube Infograbber tool, and now the Infograbber collects all the information about your video, and then you can send it to Notion with a click of a button, and you have all the information saved for your YouTube analytics investigations. The information that the tool grabs is the title, of course, you have the channel name, how many views the video has, when it was published, the link, and so on. You even save the thumbnail itself and the description of the video in your Notion database. The YouTube Video Infograbber exists in two versions. In one version, you can grab the YouTube video info and send it to Notion. And in the other version, you can just copy the data yourself and save it wherever you want. You can find the links to both versions in the video description below this video. If you want to use the tool with Notion, you need to have a connected Notion database. The good news is you don't have to create this database yourself. You can copy a Notion template. Using this template makes the YouTube Infograbber tool even more useful, and I'll also add you the link below this video. Are you ready to use the tool? Let me show you how to get set up. It's the first version of the tool, so there is a little bit of tinkering that you need to do yourself. Let me first show you what you need to do, and then afterwards we'll go through every step in detail. In order to work with this tool, you need to have the Notion template that is connected to the tool. Once you have duplicated it to your own Notion workspace, you need to create an integration, then copy the API key, and then connect the integration to this Notion template database, copy the ID of the database, and then add the API key to the YouTube Infograbber tool. That sounds like a lot, and if you've never worked with Notion integrations, worry not, I will guide you through the process click by click. You can find the link to the Notion template in the description of this video. Copy this link and paste it into your browser. And then on this Notion template, you can find on the upper right side the little duplicate button. Once you've clicked duplicate, there is a little pop-up asking where you want to save the YouTube video swipe file. So here I'm selecting my own Notion workspace and add it to private. Once you've clicked the button, there is a little pop-up on the bottom, and this pop-up tells you when the template is ready. Then you can either click See Template or click on YouTube video swipe file on the left side. And now you have a duplication of this YouTube video swipe file in your own workspace, and this is all yours. So you can make any changes in there that you want. But there is one important part. There are some properties already present in the template. So if you click the three dots and the properties, then you can see a list of properties there. Please don't remove them. You can add your own additional properties, but you need to have those default properties in order to make the YouTube Infograbber tool to work. Next, you need to create a new integration in Notion. To do so, go to the upper left, click the little caret next to your workspace name, and go to Settings. In Settings, you have two Connections menu items. It doesn't matter which one you click. Both have the same sub-menu that you need to click, which is Develop or Manage Integrations. Once you click that, a new tab opens, which brings you to notion.so/profile/integrations. So you could actually just paste this URL into your browser, but I wanted to show you the way how you get there through your workspace settings. Once you're in the integrations menu, click New Integration, select a nice name, for example, YouTube Video Infograbber, select the associated workspace, and select the type internal, because the integration is just for you. If you want, you can also give it a logo, but you don't have to. And then you have to click Save. If everything worked, you will get a little pop-up saying Integration successfully created. Once you click the little button of this dialog, you will be redirected to the integration detail page. On the detail page of your integration, you can find the API key. And before you do anything else, it's a good idea to open a little text editor, because you want to save this API key for a moment in order to work with it later. So have a little text file at hand. The API key is called Internal Integration Secret here on Notion. Click the copy button and add this API key into your little text editor. So what you should see there is a weird long number with some characters in it that starts with NTN. The next thing you want to do is connect your integration with your Notion database. To do so, you need to click the three dots. Now, you have two three dots on your Notion pages. One is on your database level, which is to edit the view layout and so on. That's next to this new button. That's not the three dots you want to click. You want to click the three dots on the very upper right. There is a connections menu item. And there in this connections menu item, look for the name you just gave your integration in one of the former steps. I called the integration YouTube Video Infograbber, and that's the integration I want to select. Then you get a scary little pop-up which has a red button to say confirm. So here you know everything is fine and you click confirm. You can verify that the connection worked by looking at the connections menu item and see the one. And on the left side on the bottom, you should see a little green dot next to your connection name. Now you need the ID of your Notion database. Here it's a good idea again to have your text file at hand because you will again copy a very weird number. And this weird number is the ID. You can find the ID of your Notion database in the address bar of your browser. The complicated part here is that there are two numbers. One is the weird number at the back that starts with a question mark and a V and an equal sign. Everything in front of the question mark until, but not including the slash, is the ID of your database. So it's a little surgery that you have to partake here in order to copy this weird little number, paste it to the text file, because you'll need it in a moment again. Finally, you can add the API key and the Notion database ID to the YouTube Infograbber. Go to the YouTube Infograbber page and click API settings. There you have two input fields. One for the Notion API key. That's the part where you want to paste the key that starts with NTN. And then you have the Notion database ID input field. That's where you want to enter the ID of your Notion database. Once you've entered both, click Save Settings Locally. These keys will be saved locally on your computer, so nothing is sent to any other service. Everything is stored locally on your machine. And then you can go on and test it by selecting a YouTube video, for example this one. Click Share and copy the YouTube URL. Then paste the link. Click Get Info. If everything worked, you will get a little green pop-up, and then you can click Send to Notion. If you want, you can also add a note there. Click the button, and if everything works, you also get a green pop-up there, and the video with the data that you want to see is saved to your Notion template. And that's the YouTube Video Infograbber tool. If you have any questions or anything doesn't work for you, just post something in the comments below and we'll help you out.